We are on. Hello again, everybody. Marshall 679 Flash QM back with another hit. Yet another one. And today, once again, we are here with some more Final Fantasy XIV. Specifically, 7.3. We have new MSQ. We have a new Alliance raid. All new content we've been waiting months for, and I am here to go through it all at a pace that is most efficient for myself and the viewer experience. However, there's something that I need to admit to the people watching this and those who will eventually come across it when it's uploaded. Okay, look, I haven't played this game since 7.2 came out. The last live stream I did, outside of just uploading VODs of me playing Expedition 33, was 7.2. I am eye level 721 right now. I am well aware, at least to my basic knowledge of knowing how this game's item levels work, that I am nowhere near a high enough eye level to do the Alliance raid. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna do the MSQ, go through the whole thing as far as I can go, and then if I can get through the MSQ, I'm gonna call it there, and then I'm gonna come back at a later date and do the Alliance raid. So, let me go repair my stuff in Yulemore and then get to stepping. Because, honest to God, again, I have not touched this game since I finished 7.2. I only just recently got back into it, and that's how I got to 721 at all. So yeah, I got to 721 in the past 2-3 days. 740, 720, 720. All of this is 720. 725, 710, 710, 710. I am severely low on tomestones, which means I'm just gonna ride the wave until the game stops me. So let's see how far we can go. Off to Solution 9. This is gonna be really short, probably. There's a very real chance that I won't even be able to do the dungeon. Whatever it might be. I've missed this game's world. I haven't missed the game, but I've missed this game's world. Because honestly, after 7.2, I just kind of forgot this game existed. I moved on to other stuff and other games that I wanted to play. Expedition 33, etc. I was comfortable leaving 14 where it was until the game got an update. Now we're here. So let's go face the consequences of my actions, shall we? I've missed these guys, honestly. Luke, Sphene, Geode, Kryl, Gulja, Shale. Okay. Targeted tragedy. Shale wishes for a moment of your time. If you have a moment, Daria, Geode wants to take stock of the current crisis. Oblivion may be lacking the finer details in certain areas, so we'd like you to lend your perspective to the conversation. I've missed my boys, my team. Sorry I dragged you into our meeting, but we need to get a better handle on the threats Alexandria is facing right now. Not at all. Much has happened since the state feud, and rolling a clear idea of where things stand would be beneficial for us as well. First things first then, let's discuss the state of the machine malfunctions. Every single sector reported instances of sentries attacking citizens without provocation, and vehicles suddenly becoming unresponsive to controls. And while these malfunctions were resolved fairly quickly, they nevertheless resulted in a considerable number of injuries and deaths. But you haven't heard anything about new incidents since then, right? Right. No additional reports have been logged as far as I know. That's the good news. The bad news is, I tried to take control of the soldiers when they started hurting people, but they wouldn't listen to me, even though I have the king's authority. Once things calmed down, I was finally able to make them give up their weapons, but if it happens again, I don't know if they'll ignore me like before. The King of Resolve's authority is about the highest there is. Who is the man that can override it with such impunity? Who do you think, Geode? Calyx. He lived in the age of the Storm Surge, as I did. Look at this fucking guy. My honest reaction. Lest you forget, he was known for his advancements in electrical technology, and it was he who established preservation for the purpose of furthering his research. The wasting disease which afflicted him, however, was said to leave him scant years left to live. He must have chosen to undergo conversion into an endless, that he might continue his efforts into the present day. Preservation's early goals seem noble enough, exploring treatments for 11th sickness, designing every keep's core system, that sort of thing. Why harm the people he is ostensibly trying to help? I don't pretend to fully understand Calyx's motivations, only that he appeared incensed by what he saw as mankind's failings. He asserted that the strategy of adapting our species to generational succession was outdated, that evolution now requires us to forsake bodies of flesh in favor of eternal preservation. We've already seen how he's employed the simulant to convince Alexandrians that endless conversion is our only hope for survival. Eternal life is assured for the 5,000 who register their neo-regulators. But this is merely one part of Calyx's greater plan. He wants the key to interdimensional fusion. With that relic in his possession, he will draw ether from the reflections and expand his efforts to create endless 1,000-fold. If we mean to foil Calyx's schemes, our only option is to determine where he's hiding and put him down, which unfortunately is easier said than done. I've been scouring the terminal we found in the depths of Everkeep, but I failed to uncover even the slightest trace of his activities. Give me a little more time, though, and I'm sure I can sniff him out. I'll help you. While Gulujah and Shale are working on that, and I'm going to take a look around town. I want to make sure no new problems have cropped up, as well as search for any information that might lead us to Calyx. You're welcome to come along. Another malfunction could happen at any time. I'd be glad to have some brawlers at my back. Count me in. Raha and the others are helping Oblivion patrol the other levels of the keep, so shall we stick to the streets of Solution 9? Sounds like a plan. Thanks, you two. I appreciate the company. I had to speak with the city's administrators about bringing in the Lance Guard. I want our soldiers around to protect those who are moved into Leolal. Alphino and Alize will be joining me for the meeting, so the three of us can cover that sector as soon as we're done. If I may, I'd like to join Daria's group if you'll have me. The more mouths to ask questions, the merrier, as long as you're aware of the dangers. Thank you. I'll do my best to not be a burden. I'm more worried about you, Geode. Don't do anything stupid. You'll change your tone once we get back with the goods of Calyx, and the drinks are on you. Yeah, he's dead. Shale wouldn't have said that unless he's gonna get severely injured or killed. Come on, let's continue this outside. Geode's about to lose his arm, Raban style. Fiend pretending that Hood's gonna do much in the long run. Crazy. Sorry, I was off my own little world. Shall we get started? You know, he's dead. He's so dead. Me. I'm well enough given the circumstances. It was the Queen's fondest wish that her subjects remain shielded from the horrors of death, and so they were for the longest time. Then, the moment mortality once again becomes an unavoidable fact of life, they agree with an outbreak of bloody violence. Many are bound to give the endless alternative serious consideration. Indeed, and I do not blame them for that. It is only natural that such thoughts should come to mind. I cannot forgive is the way Calyx wields fear and misery to manipulate people into making that choice. No one, not Calyx nor anyone else, should dictate how we cope with the specter of death. As one who lives as an Alexandrian, I wish I put the choices for this country's future back into the hands of its citizens. Country? It's one city, and you think we can handle that responsibility after everything you've seen of us? It is what I've seen that has convinced me you can. I awoke 4 centuries later to find our people living and laughing beneath Alexandria's banner. No surprising people that I was overjoyed to see it so. You all deserve to be happy. Geode is so fucking dead. Well then. Let's not let you down. Now, I suggest we move as a group. We don't know if or when a battle may find us. Well, I believe someone came prepared for such an eventuality. Oh. Is that the grimoire you retrieved from the old castle? So she's taking Alphado's spot. She's a scholar now. Yes, my parents gifted it to me when I was a child. They're adamant that I should learn to protect the things important to me. I was fortunate enough to have a tutor in the arcane arts, so I laid claim to some small measure of skill. If that's the case, it might be better if we split into 2 groups after all. It would certainly be more efficient for information gathering. I guess that makes sense. The 2 of you can take the west side of the recreation zone then. Daria and I will take the east. I would like to go at XIV actually. Very well, we shall end our patrol in the plaza just past Cheerview and await you there. We'll do the rounds then. We'll see what's what and chat to the people we meet along the way. Pay special attention to anyone who looks overwhelmed or overly excited. Hopefully they'll learn us a tidbit or 2 we didn't know before. I know how to do this. Okay, you don't have to show me Argbert dragging along Immortal Flames people. Sorry, I mean a Swiss roll. Ah, the memories. I used to drink around here all the time. But stopped. You live directly next to the street. I made sure not to overdo it when I had work the next day, but once we were past the busy season, when the ladies were amenable to my company, well, you had to scrape me off the street outside in the morning, or afternoon. The worst I ever got on was on what should have been the worst day of my life, if I can remember it. I was still wearing a regular back then. The worst I ever got, sorry, I haven't done this in months. The worst I ever got was on what should have been the worst day of my life. If only I could remember it, I was still wearing a regular back then. It was also the day I first met Shale, although I guarantee she's forgotten it completely. Unless they're just writing Geode into becoming like an important character, I highly doubt he's gonna be like, he's gonna make it very far. Damn. I'm sorry. I've been in such a fine mood, you ask. Well, I've just registered my new regulator. I was leery of becoming nothing but memories at first. Now that I've gone through with the registration, I've never felt more at ease. Also, once it was done, the regulator displayed the current numbers. Of the 5,000 slots available, over 3,800 have already been filled. So if you're still hesitant, not much time to make your mind up. Mark my words, friend, when there's only a few slots left, it's going to get very ugly. Are the sentries in the area really safe to be around now? I just know what's going to happen again. Maybe next time I'll be the one who dies in a horrible accident. I need a neo-regulator. Becoming endless is the only way. Even Queen's Fiend said so. Daria, her word? I feel like those new fact in these stories we've heard, when we hadn't considered during our discussion with everyone in the back room. Yes, that's it. The vast majority of residents have always worn regulators, so it's not a detail we normally think about. When the supply of souls cut off, though, more and more people have been going without them. We need to look into the casualties from the recent attacks and check whether or not they were regulators. Why? Let's ask around the street over to the east. It was pretty chaotic at the time. Maybe we'll find eyewitnesses that can help us confirm if this is a pattern or not. Oh yeah, a game came out that I've been following for about 2 weeks called A Few Quick Matches. It is essentially Yomi Hustle, your only move is Hustle, but in real time. It's a platform fighter with Yomi Hustle art style and Yomi Hustle attacks and all that. It's a colorful, vibrant stickman platform fighter that looks like Yomi Hustle. And considering that they're legit adding a Yomi Hustle character to the game later this month, they know. It was an inside job delivering goods by a hover cargo. That's why I know a fair number of names and faces throughout the city. The little ones who jumped for joy when I brought them packages, the old lady who would always give me a smile, here for anything bad to happen to them. Hello, how are you today? Please let me know if I may be of service. City-wide casualty data unavailable. Government officials are currently processing reports from all affected zones. Can you narrow it down to the recreation zone then? You must have some estimates on hand. Recalibrating parameters. Injured, 87 individuals. Casualties, 19 individuals. Casualties equipped with regulators, 0. That is... what's her name again? Yana. Okay, that is the Savage Arcadian raids. You wish to know if the people who died in the machine rampage were wearing regulators. I'm sorry, but I was sending cleaning away debris. I didn't see any of the deceased. Need some orange juice. No bodies are present by the time I arrived, so I assumed the ushers had already done their work. I do remember there being patches of white dust scattered... white dust? Scattered about to require a chore to clean up, nothing else worthy of mention. Undertale dust? Daria, I think it's time to rejoin Kyle and Sven. I was half joking with my boasted shell, but we may have stumbled upon something major here. We should share our finance to keep pursuing this avenue of inquiry. Everyone in Solution 9 went out, dealt Undertale monster style. Xenophilis is a crazy ass name, by the way. Wicked as fuck. I could barely pronounce it myself just now. So essentially, you're saying that the people who were killed by malfunctioning machines weren't wearing regulators. Well, the numbers are still tentative, but it only apply to that one zone. We don't know how it'll stack up against the overall data, but this is definitely more than a coincidence. I think it's safe to say that anyone who had removed their regulator was a priority target. Now that you mentioned it, the person I was shooting for injuries wasn't wearing one either. But why? Why are they being targeted over everyone else? Because they're not wearing regulators. Keep them dead. Based solely on the lack of a near regulator, we cannot judge if a person has no desire to become endless or if they simply fail to acquire one of the limited devices. For those who wear no regulator at all, they have clearly rejected the old system of using souls to revive themselves. Put another way, they have chosen to live their lives in the knowledge that death is an inevitability. Why is this a surprise? The chances that such resolute people would wish to become endless are far, far lower, I would imagine. And so Calix has chosen those whose life looks through visions, for instance, to stoke fear and panic. Yeah. He's targeting people who won't go after regulators, who won't take regulators because they're gonna stay dead. We don't need to kill anyone. The way things were, the people were already fearful enough. You could have found 5,000 willing citizens without all this madness. No, he couldn't have. You make a good point. Perhaps the sowing of terror is in service of the scheme, or he had some other need for the lives he's taken. You think he mechaned them? You think he, like, took their bodies and put them in suits? Xenoblade style? Alright, the sanitation worker story. She saw no bodies but mentioned piles of white dust. Dust, no bodies. Where have I heard that before? Do you recall when we went to save Aaronville from the sentries in the outskirts? That Usher Malachite told us the same thing. When I arrived, I found no body, only a pile of dust which had been quickly scattered. I do remember this. Confused, I questioned the residents, but no one knew what had become of it. That both stories speak of mystery remains suspicious enough, but the sheer mention of this dust is too much to ignore. In that case, we should confirm if this substance is present at other sites and attempt to ascertain its nature. Why don't we just take a sample? Following this thread may lead us not only to an explanation for the missing bodies, but also the intent behind Calix's murderous actions. Are we assuming that everybody that died didn't have a body there, just dust? Because if that's the case, we would have noticed a lot quicker. Daria, we need your help. I've lost control over the soldiers in the residential area. They've been trying to hurt people again. Oblivion members are on their way now, but are you close enough to join them? I got you. Hey, yeah, so Galulajon's about to get smoked crazy style. We need to go help him. Damn it, I'm doing this to get you off the mate. Let's go.
Stay back! Stay away from me! Leave him alone!
Are you all right?
What happened here?
Sentry walked into my apartment, even though I'd locked the door and everything. I managed to run, but the man who tried to save me.
No weapons, which is to be expected, considering all the sentries were meant to be disarmed. Yet it was ordered to attack all the same, even if that meant using its bare hands.
I'll leave matters here to you. I'm going to do a sweep of the surrounding area.
Do you know anyone else in this sector who no longer wears a regulator?
I don't think I've seen Isadora and her boy with theirs recently.
Go to them, quickly!
I'll be fine. But Isadora
Isidora's in bad shape. Mother.
Holy shit! Yeah, she's dead.
Isidora. Thank goodness. She wasn't struck anywhere vital.
That's a pool of blood, Sphene.
I'm sorry. If only I'd gotten here sooner. Everything will be all right. I promise to make your mother better. Thank you, miss. Will she sleep like that forever? No, not forever. She'll wake soon, I'm sure of it. That's good to hear. Thank you for saving her.
We are in it. Hopefully, for the long haul. Unless my eye level gets in the way of things. Forgive me, I was reckless. You shouldn't have had to waste time tending to my wounds as well. Did you see our other comrade back there? He stayed behind the lobby, but I heard sounds of fighting. I'm sorry. He must have fallen into the residence. The endless choice. The comrade, you think he may have been struck down? You know, he's dead. If he's your words, I should go to him. Wait, please, it isn't safe for you. It isn't safe for you to sleep and rest. Would you stay with my orders and watch over Isidora for me? You will tend to your friend. Thank you. Please be careful yourself. Where's Kryl? There's Kryl. Why is this happening? That man, he is off. Isidora is going to be alright then. I'm so glad. I just finished my administrations here. Our oblivion comrade was beyond saving, I'm afraid. That brave soul. He gave his life to save another. And they're protecting me. I don't understand why any of this is happening. that sentry's behaving normally like any other, and all of a sudden it tried to kill me. I want to know Calyx committed them to commit murder. This is over. We came as soon as Wyakoi sent word. I'm sorry, by the time we arrived it was already too late, and Geo could be in trouble. Once he had his radius locked down, we need to find him. But why? Has something happened? Possibly. Not sure what, but he stopped responding to our communications. He's dead. He's dead as fuck. Not sure what, but he stopped responding to our communications. We need to prioritize securing the residential center, though, at least until we regain control over the sentries. He's dead. We should search for Geode. I agree. Since most Oblivion members have some rough regulators, if our theory holds true, they can be prime targets in the next attack. Please do what you can to shepherd the residents to safety, but avoid the sentries at all costs. Alright, thanks. Here, take these communicators. We've made modifications to them to prevent Calyx from intercepting the signal. I have been using them to coordinate movements with allies in the vicinity. And you're only giving them to us now? Wyakoi has one too, so I'll ask her to keep hailing Geode. Good luck and stay safe. Either Calyx took him and is using him to push the fort. Wait. Okay. Either Calyx kidnapped him and he's using him to push forward the Dust plotline, or he's dead. Geode said he would sleep the surrounding area, so he shouldn't have ventured too far. Let's get going. About to say ephemeral what? I gotta fight who? You see no sound Geo. Perhaps you search for him to the east. Still cars flying in the foreground or background. I said foreground by full chest. Let's search for the apartments first. Let's have Geode. Wyakoi's voice crackles forth from the communicator. Geode? Geode, answer me! There's no response. Perhaps we continue to search for him to the east. There's no way Shale didn't ask him if he was okay. We get the chance to ask him if he's okay. And he is okay. He's either kidnapped, dead, or he just lost a limb. It's gonna sound Geo. Neighboring residential radios would be the next logical place to look.
This is the only place left. Let them be safe.
Geode, are you there? Answer me, please!
I'm here. Sorry for the long silence. I've been busy.
Oh, you're alive! Thank the gods! Where are you now?
The radius next door. The lobby is secure. I'll scout the second floor. Then I'll join. That dust.
Dust? What are you talking about? What's happening?
They're not just collecting souls. They're draining the bodies of corporeal ether. The dust that we saw was all that was left of the victims. They must have modified the soul cells. Shit.
It does not take that long for a machinist to reload. What, did his gun jam?
You can't be here. You need to run now.
The music stopped. He's dead. Oh.
A trap.
Oh, yeah. It's actually Geodver.
Take care of the others, huh?
No sign of him so far. This way, maybe? Geode!
A shame. I had hoped to leave here with at least one more cell's worth of ether. But seeing how eager you are to interfere, I shall cut this foray short.
Calyx. What could you possibly stand to gain from these atrocities?
Ether sufficient to generate 5,000 endless. How would you acquire it?
How would I?
Until I have the key, the reflections are closed to me. Thus do I make do with the sources at hand. 7% of Alexandria's current population will yield the energy to convert 5,000 into endless. With 11%, operations could continue unabated for 800 years. Our bodies are fated to decay sooner or later. These ones refuse the gift of eternal life, so what difference does it make if I return them to ether now? I will not waste time and resources on meaningless conflict. This unit cannot offer you worthwhile resistance. Instead, I pose a question. Would you hand over the key if I promised to halt my harvest? It was foolish of me to even ask. I return to my work then. There is much to do if I must take the key by force.
It's for real, Geodver. This pile of dust, these ashes, and the soul cell he left behind. Was that his twisted way of returning Geode to us? Damn you, Calyx. Damn you and your careless cruelty. He was our friend. Even so, some might say every death of Justified meant 5,000. 5,000 endless to continue their immortal lives. And if a reflection stolen ether allowed for many more endless, why that too would be a noble sacrifice for the greater good. Who could think that? Not I. Certainly not I. We know it only too well now that it's not noble in this sacrifice. We have to stop him. We have to find Calyx to put an end to this madness as soon as possible. And under no circumstances can we let the key fall into his possession, Daria. It falls to us. We will thwart his plans in Alexandria before he can terrorize innocents and reflections elsewhere. The Warrior of Light might be the biggest I don't give a fucker in fiction. Cause you gotta think, like, the way the Warrior of Light mourned Geode by just kind of going quiet, like, makes me think about the stuff the Warrior of Light's been through. The Warrior of Light, let's see. The Warrior of Light lost their connection to Hydaelyn, watched Haurchefant die in front of them. I'm not gonna go through specifics actually. The Warrior of Light has watched at least 2 people die in front of them every single expansion in this whole game. And all of Shadowbringers was built around just making the Warrior of Light super fucking depressed, so I'm fairly certain the Warrior of Light at this point doesn't care much. Well, the Warrior of Light cares, but it's not like affecting them much at all. I mean, this is one life in comparison to, hey, 2 entire worlds that were about to get destroyed by a guy who just wanted his people back. We should return to the back. Shale and the others need to know what happened. Yes, I'll ask why I couldn't meet us there as well. There's everybody. Where the fuck have you... Where are the twins? Where are Alphino and Alize?
Our dear Geode. The soldiers. If only I'd been able to control them.
This isn't your fault, Guloja. The blame lies with Calix, and with him alone. It's all so senseless.
Guloja probably has like the single worst childhood in this whole game. He was born as the unwanted son of a tyrannical king, got forced into the position of king at like age 6, and is now directly responsible for the authority over every bit of technology in Solution 9 and can't control it because of another person. Now a bunch of his friends are dying as a result of that lack of control. He's gonna spend like his entire teenage life blaming himself for this.
Why force his plans upon us when we're already happy, living our lives? What does he even think life is? I'll never forgive Calix for doing this. Or myself for being powerless to stop him.
Wait, where are you going?
To clear my head. Don't worry. I won't do anything stupid.
I appreciate that they're trying to give the backroom people, I forgot their name. I appreciate that they're trying to give the backroom people like more to do, but I haven't cared about any of these characters since I finished Dawn Trail. Like, I forgot the name of their organization. Nostalgia was there for, I think it's called Straybro Deadwalk, the dungeon in Living Memory. Nostalgia was there for that. And then nothing until now. So I have to wait 3 patches for these guys to be important again, and then Geode dies. I'm sorry. I care, kinda, but like, that's just like human emotion. Outside of that, why should I give a damn about any of these characters? And the writers took 3 patches to make them matter.
Stay here and get some rest. I'll make sure Nostalgia stays out of trouble. Thank you. Things would have been far worse if you and Geode hadn't rushed in there. Many people are still alive because of you. And after adding what you discovered to the leads we've dug up, I'm hopeful we can determine where Calix is hiding. But not right now. We need time before we can move on. Just a little time.
I do really like this shot of Shale with the 2 other people behind her.
Oh, Geode.
50% chance Geode's coming back, by the way. That is a container full of all of his ether. I'm fairly certain they can like put it into a robot and do to him what they did to Otis. That's probably what's gonna happen. If they actually try to bring back Geode, they're probably just gonna build him a robot body, like on some Otis shit, and then just turn him into a machine. I'm told the members tasked to keep the residents safe return with the body of their comrade. They all risk so much. Hi, Graha! We made a swift patrol of the other levels and confirmed that Calix had carried out a number of targeted attacks, all to harvest more ether, it seems. I got back control of the sentries, probably around the same time Calix left. I'm sorry, I couldn't stop him. I assume you know better by now, but I hope you're not planning to try anything alone. We're all here with you. I've spoken with Wukamat. They've cut the meeting short to deal with the aftermath of this latest violence. With a comrade gone, some days it's almost more than they can bear. Geode was... he was an older brother to Nostalgia and me. Shio knew him longer, though, and is surely taking it the hardest. And that's on top of what happened with Kefkiwa. Do you think you could check on her? See how she's doing? She'd like to put on a brave face if it's me or my sister. Apologies, my mind was elsewhere. We need to press on with the hunt for Calyx, but I can't seem to focus. I should be better than this, I know. You're right, I didn't heed my own words. As it stands, I'm of no use to anyone. It's crazy the Warrior of Light is saying this, considering the things they've gone through if they had no time to process. I'm like 60%, 60, 70% certain that the Warrior of Light had genuinely zero time to process Haurchefant dying. Because as soon as he died, we had to go to the Sea of Clouds before Thornton got to Azizla. I'm pretty sure the Warrior of Light has never had the time to properly process an actual fucking death. Kefkiwa used to say the best thing to do with grief is let it all out. So I think I took myself over to Earth and Sky and say my goodbyes to Geode. Why don't you come along? I can use some of the blubber too if you have a shoulder to spare. Alright then. Let's go over Everkeep for a bit. Fucking gladly. I love Solution 9. It's my favorite place in the whole game, but man... the first check of folks have a rich couple of air wheelers. They've had the communications modules removed so even Calyx shouldn't be able to seize control of them, so the warden will set off. Ready? We're flying close to the pylons, so follow my lead. You think we're gonna go on foot on these things? You think we're gonna just be riding like normal? These air wheelers are Geno's babies. You're gonna find a smoother ride in all of Everkeep. For years now, I've been taking one out for a turn whenever I need to lighten my mood. Sometimes Geode would come along too, and we'd end up racing. Does that surprise you? Our friendship always had a competitive edge. Friendship, huh? We often talk about how one day we might fly our wheelers outside the dome. Almost there. Be sure the ground is clear before you touch down. That'll clear my head a touch. You know, Daria, you might be the first person I've ridden with who wasn't an Oblivion recruit. They're called Oblivion, okay. As far as I remember, at least. As far as I remember, at least, the memories from my regular days aren't exactly reliable. Come on, let's head inside. Hopefully they will be clear of pests today. Ugh, just on luck. Thanks. You can usually avoid such encounters. Sometimes they wander in and block the only path. Not that it slowed you down at all. Not that it slowed you down at all. I've never seen you fight up close before, and the surveillance feed clearly didn't do it justice. Hem. Gay. Hopefully they keep the route clear for a while, shall we? Oh, we're back here. Earth and Sky. When she said that, I thought she was talking about like the sparring area. That's that guy will to bring you to if you talk to him.
Whenever we lost a comrade, the three of us would come back here to reminisce. Me, Geode, and Kafkiwa. Will you raise a glass?
Oh. What are the two of you doing here?
I had a feeling you'd show up. Would you like to join us?
I suppose I could spare a moment. They tell us Oblivion's founders disappeared some decades ago under mysterious circumstances. And it was Kafkiwa who revived our organization. You and Geode helped her with that, didn't you? Tell us more about it. You're keen to know too, right? What they were like back then. The mad things they got up to. That sort of thing.
Those were the days. It was actually right before the Reformation that I met Geode. I still wore a regulator then. I had recently lost someone close to me. And also quit a long stint as an adapter to work at a bar of all places. It paid me to sit with patrons and keep them company. So Geode came in one night. It wasn't long before we got into an argument. First-time customer, but tempers flared. And then one of us threw a punch.
You got into a fist fight? What were you even arguing about?
Damned if I know. We were deep in our cups. I think we were both just frustrated and angry at everything. By the end of it, we were both sprawled out in the street. Pair of drunken fools. Then this odd machine stopped to lecture us, scolding us for obstructing the foot traffic and not taking better care of ourselves.
I can't imagine you ever being in such a sorry state. The odd machine. That was Kafkiwa, I take it.
That it was. Once she was done upbraiding us for our unseemly behavior, she launched into a recruitment pitch. Kafkiwa explained that she wanted to protect the outside world from Zoralja's invasion, to keep him from bringing ruin to the place her beloved son lived. And if we were so intent on self-destruction, then perhaps we might consider risking our hides for a just cause. It was a lot to take in. I hadn't given much thought to what lay beyond the barrier, and learning that Kafkiwa herself was already dead was enough to make my head spin. But Geode and I were intrigued by her ideas, and wanted to see this future of hers come to pass.
Geode often spoke of it. He told me that meeting Kafkiwa was what first taught him the value of remembering people.
Like he was sharing a holy revelation.
Oh, but back then you hadn't yet taken on Oblivion's name, had you?
Is that so? I just assumed.
It hadn't been Kafkiwa's intention to carry on Oblivion's legacy, nor adopt the cause your parents championed. Not initially, at least.
Wait. Is she saying... I might be media illiterate. Is she saying that Kryle's parents founded Oblivion?
She wasn't even aware such an organized resistance existed.
Because if that's what she's saying, then we know... Why aren't we saying anything to her about this, then? I'm probably wrong. I'm, like, definitely wrong.
She did, however, suspect the presence of other dissidents. Those who objected to resurrecting the memories of the dead in defiance of the natural order. In the hopes of identifying like-minded comrades, we began searching the core system for traces of unauthorized access. And that's how we found it. An anomalous sector in the back of the Neon Stein. According to Melancholy, the door to that mystery had remained firmly shut since she took over the business.
The back room.
The back room. We forced our way in, only to discover that the hideout had long been abandoned. Although the occupants were gone, the equipment they'd left behind contained records of a group calling itself Oblivion. After reading through their exploits and their vision for the future, we made the decision to carry on their work.
Thus were my parents' and Kafkiwa's hopes bound together.
And carried onward by Shale and Geode.
We could never have made it this far on our own, of course. Not without the strength of arms you and your friends provided. Losing comrades is a hard thing, but being here, thinking back on the moments we shared, I can see their smiles, hear their laughter. I feel their presence, and I know they're still with us. But these memories of mine are for me alone. Reminders of why I chose to do this, and why I'll stay the course. Right. Time we got back to work. Thank you, everyone.
No, it's me who should be thanking you. Though the pain is still deep, I don't feel like I'm drowning in it anymore. Let's get out there and put a stop to Calyx. For you, for me, and for everyone who's ever believed in Oblivion.
I appreciate you helping me through this. Not only the grief, you've helped me see that my comrades mean even more to me than I realized, which only fuels my determination. I'll be spending every waking moment working to bring Calyx to account for his crimes. I'll do my part, then you do yours. Oblivion needs you. a darkness in the heart. Sam went back to looking in Calix's lair. I have a new strategy in mind, but it remains to be seen if it will aid in narrowing down the possibilities. I'll ask Crowell for help. I'll only examine the data, starting with that of her parents. After all, they were the first to break away from preservation, establish organized resistance to oblivion. There must be something in there that can point us in the right direction. What are your plans, Daria? Fuck if I know. Daria, is that you? Apologies for calling suddenly, but making the rounds of the outskirts, I cannot help but feel as though something is amiss. When I ask you to join me, your perspective would be much appreciated. It can wait until you finish attending with Shale, of course. It seems your plans have been decided for you. Go on. I have others to speak with before I return to the back room. Some memories remain when my heart never fully healed, but it might be better that way. To feel something, even pain, is to remember that they lived and to know that I am still alive. That's an insane quote. Wow. If I walk back in, she's still there. Does she disappear away like how the NPCs in this game do? Shale is still here. Okay. Oh, there's someone here. The same without Geode around. Yeah. Geode stood 10 toes down until the end, man. He boxed 4 robots by himself with no gun. But yeah, I'm like 70. I've been saying a lot of percentages recently. I'm like 70% certain that he's probably just gonna come back as a robot. Because unless the soul canister either ends up back with Calix or it's used for a different purpose that will more than likely involve travel, I find it really hard to believe that they're just going to keep something that has an entire person's ether stored in it as a keepsake for Shale, when there's a very real chance that after this whole storyline is done, we're never seeing Oblivion again. So they're probably just going to turn him into a robot Otis style. I should really glam over these. I'm not the biggest fan of these. I can't even do it regardless. Whatevs. Daggers are cool. Daria, thank you for coming. As I mentioned, we benefit from your worldly experience. You're 500 years old, Sphene. You would have more of that than I would. Perhaps it's my imagination, but the townspeople appear to be acting oddly, that is, if considering the current state of affairs. As I'm yet unfamiliar with the outskirts, they might be better equipped to judge if the behavior is unusual or not. Would you speak with them and see what you think? Though I hope to be proven wrong, I feel something is not right here. You know, I wonder what a trip through this version of Sphene's head would look like. Like, if I went, okay, imagine Alexandria, the entire kingdom, top to bottom to the best of your ability, and I went into her head, what could I find in there? Will it just be stuff that we've already seen in the Alexandria dungeon, or a completely new, fully realized area? I think that would be pretty sick. And then having to attune to an aetheryte inside her head, oh yeah, I'm locked. Oh, please tell me you bought more Neo regulators. Officially, they've all been handed out already. What? It's been an hour. The guy said 380 out of 5,000. No, he said 3,800. Yeah, he said 3,800, so I couldn't read it properly, but he meant 3,800. You're telling me that a full 1,000+ regulators got sold in an hour? Little Tay got 1 million in her OnlyFans in 30 minutes. I don't know why I'm surprised. Oh, please tell me about one of your regulators. Officially, they've all been handed out already, but I've heard rumors that there are a few left over. Are you pirating these? Surely the government still has some. Perhaps Queen's Fiend? I'm not looking, but I was a hunter once. Back then, I hardly gave death a second thought, but now that I know the truth, it's all I can think about. There has to be a way to hold on. There has to. Jesus. They, Sphene, is in the Sphere Cryal, mentioned the prospect of Calyx using Coal Annihilators. The feel of fear to control people. They said that 20 minutes ago. So what if that's this? What if it's just people who are being so, like, pilled on this? You, is that right, the regulator? Do you know the end is coming? Well, it's your life to lose. Me? I got myself one of those new regulators registered a little while ago. As soon as I did, a display appeared showing the number of registered users. But now it's sitting at 4,168. Okay. The upper 4,168. That's 900. That's 600? You're gonna illegally wear? The upper limit was 5,000, wasn't it? So the total shot of Raffles machines malfunctions. It's only a matter of time before everything registered. I pity those who weren't chosen, but I'm going to be endless. I'm going to evolve from happily ever after. Yeah, I'm fairly certain Calyx like brainwashed these motherfuckers with fear as his toxin. I've had a weird hyperfixation on gangster rap and the stories revolving around it, like modern day shit, like King Von and TK and all that. I don't know where it's coming from. Not even the music, just the stories behind them and everything to do with, like, how they went through the things they went through. What I'm doing right now with gangster rap is how women do it with true crime. Greetings. I remember when you visited Queen's Fiend. Can they check on our well-being, have you? Well, I consider things are rather stressful out here as well. I can imagine. Without knowing if or when I was shooting my term, whether there was the specter of death was ever present. People are terrified, and the clamor for new regulators reaches a fever pitch. I, personally, was fortunate to have a new device early on, and once it's completed registration, death is overwhelming me now. And I must begin my prayers. Darkness grows closer, grows deeper. We must cast it out. Yeah, no, that last part there was completely unprompted. I think that guy's crazy. Or one of them is Calyx in disguise, or one of them is a regular, like a robot in disguise. Robots in disguise. That's what I call Optimus. Optimus Robots in Disguise Prime, that's his full name. So what do you think? Was I right to worry? I mean, they're just afraid. And they're like talking crazy about it, but these people have regulators. The people are overwhelmed by uncertainty and fear, and with each new registration, that fear grows more insistent. How long until it drives them into full-blown panic? Look at how they're talking now. That guy just prayed behind me. And another guy just dissed me up front for not having a regulator. Daria, can you come to a resolution? No problem. I'm already with Lima T and Alpha now. It's the Joseph, they're in a hurry. We should go. My knee out. Ah! Living memory has color again. That's not good.
Sorry to drag you out here, but I thought it best you see for yourself.
Death is your constant companion. Though you toil with diligence, death may come ere your reward is bestowed. Though your grand works be poised for completion, death may come ere you wake the following morn.
Okay, see, unless this is just like a random public service announcement using fake Sphene's voice, what'd I say? I said at the end of 7.0 they're gonna use living memory again, and they did it twice. God, I love being right.
bodies are weak. Your heart, your brain, every fragile organ rolls the dice from moment to moment. Sheer chance deciding if they function or fail. Be you stoic or generous or righteous, no virtues tip the scales in that fatal reckoning. The choice is made without reason. The end is cloaked in terror. That is what it means to die.
The announcement began after we finished our meeting with Gossen. As for its source, well...
Calyx. There is no shame in being afraid. It is that very fear which will drive you to conquer death. Let us set a new course for mankind. Let us preserve our existence unto perpetuity.
Two things. One, this is kind of reminding me of that scene in Bravely Default 2, where the girl jumps off the ledge in the snow area. This reminds me of that scene. And two, I had a second point, but I lost it just now. Oh yeah, so something I find kind of weird. This whole avoid death, become endless thing, apparently, quote unquote, was brought up to say they had a legitimate reason to untrap. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself with a different example. I find it a little odd and also kind of funny that this whole, avoid death, become an endless thing, start off with Fiend. Just Fiend. Even before Calyx, it was just Fiend. And now it's pushed onto everybody as a backpack. How did I get here? I was using it as an example about this Fiend thing, but then I got lost in the shuffle. I'm really tired.
Hope for it. Wish for it.
Did I?
Pray for it. We will become endless.
Did I even elaborate on the point? Okay, Fiend's whole thing with Alexandria was... Okay, sorry. I'm really tired. I got lost in the shuffle of my own words and forgot the point that I was trying to make. Fiend's whole obsession with making people into Endless started off as a trauma response for her losing Alexandria, and now she's making it everyone else's problem. Okay.
With evolution's brilliance, will we banish the ever-present darkness of mortality?
Change isn't easy. No one ever wants to take the first step. But this is the right path for us. What other way could there be? I'm gonna do it. I'm going to register.
Wow, you couldn't have come at a better time. Please, you have to let us move to Tuliolal.
It's too dangerous to stay here. Who knows when the next century will turn on us?
Even if we wanted to become endless, there are no more neo-regulators to be had. Fleeing is our only option.
If the solution was as simple as leaving, then we'd all have left already. Did you not hear the announcement? For the living, death is a foregone conclusion. No matter where we go, or who we shelter with, we won't get another chance like this to overcome our fate.
Easy for you to say when you have that regulator.
The Landsguard are on their way as we speak, and arrangements have been made to see that you all will be safely evacuated. will aid you in whatever way we can. So please, remain calm.
I want to help Alexandria. I want to save its people. But what can I do? I am not their queen.
Calix has access to the core system, which means that if he chose to do so, he could deploy the soldiers beyond the barrier. Even if our people learn to live with death and decide to leave the dome behind, they'll not be beyond his reach. Yet, if it serves to allay their fears even a little, I beg you to come out. Please let them share the shelter into Loyola. We welcome any and all who want to come. We're already begun the evacuations, and we'll be able to pick up the pace as the Landsguard arrives. In which case, yeah, best spread out and keep an eye on the crowds. The mood is tense. We must prepare for possible violence. We haven't determined where Calix is hiding, though. We'll be ready to move down a moment's notice. Should look for the clues and kind and see. He can't lose forever. Violence and fear. It is not the future she envisioned for her nation. Okay, I'm gonna take a break because I'm really fucking tired. I'm messing up my reading and I don't want to get to in the stream. So I think I'm gonna go take a nap and then I will come back later. So consider this part 1. I'll be back for part 2. And then we will, we'll see what happens. So yeah, I guess, BRB.